Even during the Cold War era, India and Soviet Russia used to have strong ties on different levels. Then the Soviet state disintegrated, but India remained a key ally for newly formed Russia, the closest relic of the Soviet Union. However, a key area where both countries could not develop a strong bond is economic relations. But things are changing now. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Piyush, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI English channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the recent updates. Coming back to the story, in this video I am here to tell you how Western stupidity in the wake of Ukraine-Russia war has effectively facilitated the increase in friendship between India and Russia. So let's begin. Ever since the current European crisis started to take shape, experts began suggesting that it would drastically cut down Russia's trade prospects. Well, prospects did dim on Western front, but India stood firm in defying Western sanctions. Now, Russia has prioritized India for selling its produce, whether it is oil or fertilizer. According to a report by the Indian Express, Russia has emerged as the foremost supplier of India's diammonium phosphate fertilizer. During the April to July period, India's total DAP imports from Russia will be 3.5 lakh tons at the cost of $920 to $925 per ton. It includes cost as well as freight charge. Russian DAP imports accounts for more than 36% of India's total import basket of 9.5 to 9.8 lakh tons during the period. Rest will be availed by traditional suppliers such as China, Saudi Arabia, Morocco and Jordan. Russia in fact went out of the way to avail its fertilizers to India. Due to sanctions, banks were not willing to serve as guarantors of payments. Russian seller Force Agro took care of it and payments were made by telegraphic transfer. DAP imports from Russia may be new news, but oil imports are not. Over the last few months, Russia has become a prominent oil supplier to India. Last month, it left Saudi Arabia behind by becoming second largest oil supplier to India. Now, new reports have come out, and if we go by some private estimations, then Russia may have left everyone behind in the competition. According to data compiled by Kepler, in June, a significant jump was observed in the average daily supply of Russian Urals oil. With 12 lakh barrels per day, Russian oil now fulfills 25% of India's oil needs. The Putin-led country has pushed Iraq at the second position with around 10 lakh barrels of oil supply per day. Saudi Arabia is far third with only 6.6 lakh barrels per day. Vortexa figures also put Russia as a top supplier of oil, while as expected, Bloomberg put Iraq at the top. Estimations may vary, but it is certain that Iraq and Russia are neck to neck. Even if Russia is not able to beat Iraq on official numbers, it is certain that Russia will beat it in July. Now, why I am saying it? Here is why. Just after the West forced both diplomatic as well as economic sanctions on Russia, India became one of the first countries to indirectly rescue it. In United Nations, it refused to take sides on the issue. Russia reciprocated with the offer of cheap oil. Russian oil was a potential replacement for OPEC and India jumped onto the ship. Within 3 to 4 months, the Russian share in the Indian oil imports has gone from single digit to 25% as reported above. Various other bilateral engagements are on the cards. These include the rupee-ruble trade and the introduction of rupee and the magic called UPI to Russia. It is a noteworthy development that the stage for the aforementioned initiatives has been set with Russian consumers turning to Indian companies for availability of products hit by Western sanctions. Both countries are strong partners on the multilateral forums as well. During the recent BRICS summit, Putin laid down a new concept called BRICS currency basket. It will have both ruble and rupee in it. There are more areas to explore. In the past, Russia has been the proven arms supplier of India. During Congress era, it was Russia which used to save us from US mayhem on diplomatic forums. We are still indebted to its timely intervention in Bangladeshi liberation war. Only sky is the limit for cooperative framework between both countries. Russia needs a reliable partner and there could be no better option than India. Indian market can single-handedly resurrect the Russian economy given proper modalities are chalked out.